What's up, everybody? I'm Chase Lee reporting for DallasMoviescreens.com, and I got another movie to review for you guys, and that would be Upgrade. Now, this one comes from Blumhouse Tilt. Now, this is the offshoot company from Blumhouse Productions. This one is written and directed by Leigh Whannell, and it stars Logan Marshall Green as a guy in the, nearest of futures where AI runs everything. And, something happens to him, I'm not going to say what, and he wants to take revenge on said person that may have caused said thing to happen to him, and he's injected, or I guess replaced with some AI parts, as well as a voice commanding system called STEM, where it's basically in his head telling him what to do and making him this unkillable, machine as he is going after the people that did him wrong. Now, I have been a huge fan of Leigh Whannell. I'm going to say it straight up. I've been a huge fan of him ever since I saw the first Saw, of course, Saw 2, Saw 3, the Insidious films, Cooties, Dead Silence. The guy, to me, always knows how to create such interesting horror films that feel like they're conventional and feel like we've seen them before, but in reality, he puts his own little spin on them and he makes them different. And that's what I've always appreciated about him. He always takes something or a genre or a subgenre and just twists it on its head, and I really appreciate that about him. Always just trying something new, even if it doesn't work all the way. Sometimes I applaud him for trying. Now, I have actually wanted to see Leigh Whannell direct for the longest time outside of a Saw and Insidious franchise. He did direct Insidious Chapter 3. So I'm fully aware that he has directed before, but I wanted to see him kind of steer away and do his own separate thing to see how he could just take his own budget, do one of his own scripts that's separate from any of these other franchises he's done. And so now we got Upgrade. I saw the trailer to it and I was super excited. It looked just like a pure badass, fun, gory genre film. And there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to be some Oscar-calibrated movie to win me over. If you make it fun, gory, exciting, exhilarating, I am all for it. Because I'm a huge fan of films like, The Terminator and RoboCop. So I wanted to see how Leigh would kind of spin this subgenre. Because this has been done before. So I saw Upgrade. Walked out. And it's a badass movie. I was thoroughly impressed, and I have been ever since I've seen him, write all these horror films that he's done so far, is that all the films that he's been attached to have been low budget. And whoever is directing that film will always utilize that budget to its full maximum capacity and give us a really kind of just really gritty and in-your-face type of movie, but also establish it in its own little world and really make it feel bigger than it actually is. And Leigh Whannell does that with this film. It is set in the future. AI is everywhere. We have, interesting, driverless cars running around. What Leigh was able to do in this film that I really, really love is take this small budget, take his own little small budget, and really apply it to the big screen and give us something that is self-contained but also feels otherworldly. It feels really epic at the same time. He focuses on, a city and a particular family and a couple of people, sure, but you get this sense as you're watching, what does 20 miles down the street look like, or what does the other side of the world look like? He really just kind of puts these images in your, imagination and lets it run wild as you're watching the movie, and it's just so good of world building that I was just impressed at the, especially, with the budget that they had. I know that made no sense, but you guys understand. So I really appreciate that. I also appreciate him bringing his Saw roots into this film. There's a couple of gory scenes that really showcase the gore hound that Leigh is, and I really appreciate that because I'm a gore hound as well. I know it's not for everybody, but it's really effective because this future is grungy, it's dirty, but it's also clean and crisp with the AI technology. It's a great clashing of worlds, and the hyper graphic violence just makes it all the more fun to watch, because what you're watching is just pretty much ridiculous, but also at the same time you can kind of see it happening. It's a very interesting mixture. The other thing I really appreciated about his kind of directing and writing is that Leigh has always found a way, even in his scripts when he never really directed besides Insidious 3 is that he knows how to write tension. And not only that, he translates to this and he knows how to direct tension. He knows how to ratchet the tension and the insanity and make it go up to an 11 out of 10. As the movie progresses, Logan Marshall Green gets into more, just interesting situations, and it gets even crazier as the film goes, and you just get so invested because it's so exhilarating and exciting and just grabs you by the throat and does not let go. And that is a testament to his directing style in this, is that he puts it all in front of your face, and you're either going to be with it or you're not, and you just kind of go along for this epic roller coaster ride, and he really kind of, just takes you all over the place. But it's just a wonderful, gory, sadistic, even sometimes touching journey from beginning to end, and I really like that. And to kind of bounce off of the Saw effect with the gore, the action was really well done. A lot of gunplay here, a lot of interesting camera angles and reveals of characters on how the violence is portrayed. So it's not, this jittery handy cam with 3-second cuts all over the place. It's, still steady shots for the most part. There's a couple of fight scenes that were very, fast cut. But for the most part, Leigh understands how to utilize the camera and to stay still and show the action and not cut it in such a way to where it makes you look incompetent, but more in a way that makes you look stylish and you know what you're doing with the choreography and how to direct your actors in those situations. So I thought the action was really well done too. Logan Marshall Green, I've been a fan of this guy ever since, even Prometheus. I realize he's been in other stuff, but that was one of his bigger ones that he's done. And so I've always wanted to see him kind of tackle his own movie in the lead, and this is so it's different for him, but at the same time, since he's kind of dabbled in that sci-fi horror, with like Prometheus, I think he fit very well in this world. He really sold me on him before the accident and even after the accident, when this thing is talking to him and he's going crazy and he's killing folks. I believed every single movement that he did, every line that he spoke. He was such a great character to follow throughout this crazy-ass journey that I really liked him in it as well. Everyone else is fine, but he's definitely the main star that you want to follow. And there's even some touching moments where he gets to flex his acting chops as well. So not only his choreography and his action type of physical acting, but his emotional acting was on point as well, and it really just kind of drives home the kind of touching nature and this kind of emotional nature that this film kind of carries, considering what the accent is at the beginning of the movie. One of the things I kind of wish was done a little better was expand this world a little bit. I appreciate with the budget that Leigh had, able to create this kind of like epic world building within this city, but I kind of wish I would have saw a little bit more of what the world looked like with this AI technology running around. I know it was not in the script and the story wasn't even needed for that to happen, but it's just more of a I guess personal thing and more of a selfish thing, just because I wanted to see more. But to be honest with you, I didn't really find any inherent flaws with this movie. If you love gory, fun, in-your-face genre films, like the perfect film to see at midnight with your friends and just enjoy the hell out of it, this is it for you. Leigh Whannell, thank you, sir, for another fantastic movie in your filmography. If you are a fan of his types of movies or these types of films in general, or even genre films, check this one out. I'm going to give Upgrade a B. It is a solid, good film. I recommend it, and I the more I watch it, I might bump it up even more, because the more I think about it, the more I just want to put it in my top 10 so far right now. It's just, I love those types of films, but it was definitely a fun time. So Leigh, if you're watching, please continue to make more movies, sir. And that will do it for this review, guys, but please comment down below if you've seen Upgrade or have you even heard of it, and comment in that place that's right below my face and let me know. And as always, guys, I'm Chase Leigh reporting for DallasMoviescreens.com, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. I will see you guys later.